What's up, YouTube? Thomas L here, with Robert Downey Jr. returning as Iron Man once again for Avengers Endgame. I decided to do my top 10 favorite Robert Downey Jr. movies. Because the guy's been around since like the 80s. The 80s is where Robert Downey Jr. really kicked his career off. And since then, he's grown to be a really tremendous actor. And he's been in some pretty good stuff. Like, besides just Iron Man, he's been in like he had a few other good roles over the years. So that being said, here's my 10 favorite Robert Downey Jr. movies. Coming in at number 10 is a 2010 comedy called Due Date, which was directed by Todd Phillips, who directed the Hangover movies. Due Date is hysterical. I mean, in it, Robert Downey Jr. plays a guy named Peter Hyman, who is going to be a dad for the first time when because his wife is going to give birth in 5 days. And so, like, he, of course, intends to catch a flight home from Atlanta so he can be there for the delivery. But then, like, but then he ends up getting on a plane with a annoying guy played by Zach Galifianakis, and they pretty much end up getting. I'm not gonna go into the whole movies, but something happens on the plane where now they had to pretty much go on a road trip to Atlanta instead, and it's actually kind of like the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's what I really got from this movie. Anyway, Due Date is really funny. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I've seen it. I actually saw it in theaters maybe about 2 times back in 2010. It's a really funny film. Like, I really like the comedy duo between both Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. They were both great in this. You also had Jamie Foxx. He was hysterical. You even had Michelle Monaghan was in this. You even had like a funny cameo by Charlie Sheen and John Cryer, because there was like a 2.5 Men scene in this movie. It's a really funny film, and sad to say that it didn't do a whole lot well in the box office when it got released. But if you guys haven't seen Due Date, highly recommend it. It's a really funny film. And I'd be down to see Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. doing another movie together, because they were both great in this. Alright, coming in at number 9 is a film called The Pickup Artist. This movie is really good. I mean, granted, it's been a while since I've seen this movie also. But I mean, in it, you got like Robert Downey Jr. plays like a serial pickup artist named Jack Jericho, who like takes lessons in the art of seduction from an aging player named Phil Harper, played by Danny Aiello. And so, like, he finds a formidable opponent in Randy, in a female named Randy Jansen, played by Molly Ringwald. And he also ends up, falling for her as well. But, of course, Randy has a not-so-great father played by Dennis Hopper, who pretty much goes after Jack, it's a really good one. I mean, it was directed by James Toback, who probably won't be directing anything anymore anytime soon. I'm not going into any details of him, but anyway. I always liked the chemistry between Robert Downey Jr. and Molly Ringwald in this. To be honest, I kind of wish Molly Ringwald was cast to play Aunt May instead, because that would have been a pretty cool pickup artist reunion between Downey Jr. and Molly Ringwald. But anyway, yeah, Pickup Artist is a really funny little film. I mean, like I said, the chemistry between Ringwald and Downey Jr. were both great. Dennis Hopper was amazing. The other cast was pretty good. I mean, this is like pure 80s entertainment right here. I mean, it got released in, I think, early 80s or late 80s. I can't remember the actual year. But anyway, it's a really good little film. And like I said, Robert Downey Jr. got his major start in the 80s, and this was, of course, one of them. Alright, coming in at number 8 is Zodiac. Now, here, Robert Downey Jr. plays one of the reporters opposite Jake Gyllenhaal. And it's pretty much about the famed serial killer, the Zodiac killer, who terrorized people from the 60s and 70s. And I mean, you also had Mark Ruffalo in this, so we pretty much had Iron Man and Hulk and something together before the MCU started. But anyway, Zodiac is, to me, it's probably my favorite David Fincher movie. I know lots of people probably go to a Fight Club, Seven, and Social Network, but I don't care what anyone says. My favorite David Fincher movie is Zodiac. It is really awesome. Good performances by Downey Jr., by Jake Gyllenhaal. And it's crazy that they still haven't caught the guy out of all these years. But yeah, Zodiac is a really great film. And like I said, Downey Jr. was really great in his part. I mean, his character wasn't really like the best, to be honest with you, but Downey Jr. played that character really well. And Jake Gyllenhaal was also good, and the other cast, like, you also had Anthony Edwards in this. Some pretty good cast members. But I mean, if you guys never seen Zodiac, check it out. It's really creepy, and it's a really good mystery film. Coming in at number 7 is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Now, this movie was directed by Shane Black, who, of course, gave us Iron Man 3, as well as The Nice Guys and The Predator, which I actually like The Predator, by the way. The one that Shane Black did, I thought that Predator was pretty decent. Anyway, in this film, you got Robert Downey Jr., who teams up with Val Kilmer. And you also had the aforementioned Michelle Monaghan. I mean, it's a really fun little film. It's such a really good dark comedy. The movie also takes place during Christmas time. I mean, Shane Black do love Christmas, I'm guessing. And I always like the chemistry between both Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. I mean, we had Iron Man and Batman together before, so there's that. And Michelle Monaghan was great in this too. I mean, yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a really awesome film. I mean, it's a shame we never really got a sequel to this. And shame that Shane Black haven't done a sequel to hardly any of his films. I mean, I still want to see a Nice Guys sequel. I kind of want to see another Predator, but after the box office reception of that, don't know if we're ever going to get another Predator. And I'd like to see another Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm not going to count Iron Man 3 because he kind of replaced Jon Favreau with that, I know, but anyway, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is just awesome. I mean, if you guys never had a chance to check it out, it's another Rob Downey Jr. movie worth watching. Alright, coming in at number 6 is Captain America Civil War. Now, Downey Jr., I thought he probably had his best performance as Iron Man in this. Like, at the end of Civil War, the confrontation between Downey Jr. and Evans that scene was just great. And my most anticipated thing in Endgame is to see, Tony and Steve Rogers together once again. First time since Civil War. Because if you remember, in Civil War, they, had that confrontation, and, they did not have any scenes in Infinity War. And so I'm hoping we're going to have a nice moment, like a nice little moment between Downey Jr. and Steve and Evans in this. But anyway, Civil War is definitely great. I mean, a film where two hero sides face off with one another, I really love that. And of course, like I say, you had the introduction to Spider-Man. I mean, the scene between Peter Parker and Tony Stark is pretty good in these films. And yeah, Captain America Civil War is definitely the best. Alright, my number 5 favorite is Tropic Thunder. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as Kirk Lazarus, what a great role. I mean, of course, it's Robert Downey Jr. playing a black man. Or as he says in this movie, he's a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. I love that line. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., that guy could show he could do comedy really well, and he did comedy perfect here. Not to mention, you also had Tom Cruise, Ben Stiller, Jack Black. But I mean, Robert Downey Jr. in this was just tremendous. And there's like a special feature that features Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. Together. I'm not gonna go into any details of the special feature, but if you guys seen Tropic Thunder, you know the special feature I'm talking about. But I mean, it's a shame that Ben Stiller really not went ahead and did another one because I would love to have seen Robert Downey Jr. as Kirk Lazarus again. If I was to do my top 10 favorite Robert Downey Jr. roles instead of just movies, Kirk Lazarus might actually be number 2 because he's that great in this. And Tropic Thunder is a great movie, period. And if you guys never seen Tropic Thunder by now, do yourself a favor. If it's on Netflix, if it's on online or whatever, I highly recommend checking out Tropic Thunder. It's just great. Now, my number 4 favorite will be The Avengers. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing Iron Man with all the with almost all the MCU gangs all together at once. I kind of already mentioned this in my best MCU movies, but The Avengers is pretty much one of my favorite movie-going experience. Just to see Iron Man and all the other gangs all together at once was just awesome to watch. And I liked Iron Man's interaction with Thor and Captain America and Hawkeye and all. And I also like the scene between the confrontation scene between Iron Man and Loki. That scene was pretty cool to watch. I really just love The Avengers. I saw the movie about maybe 3 or 4 times when it got released. It's that great a movie. It's just amazing. Alright. Coming in at number 3 is Avengers Infinity War. Now, this is probably one of my, besides Civil War, this is also my favorite Iron Man performance here. Like the scene at the end when, if you guys seen Infinity War, you know what scene I'm talking about. But when Peter Parker ends up getting, dusted in Infinity War, and he's, holding on to Tony Stark, and the scene between Tony and Peter, that scene is really heartbreaking. And yeah, I'm actually getting a little teared up just talking about that scene. I mean, yeah, that scene was pretty much really sad there. But I really like the chemistry between Iron Man and Peter Parker. Kind of probably already mentioned this before, but I thought their chemistry was really great in these films. And also in Infinity War, I also like the interaction between Tony Stark and Star-Lord. That was pretty cool. I just love Infinity War. I just did my top 10 favorite MCU movies, and spoiler, Infinity War was number 1. It's that great movie, and I, of course, cannot wait for Endgame. I think Endgame is going to be awesome to watch. Now, I already got my ticket, and I'm probably going to see that movie maybe about twice and also. Alright, now my number 2 favorite will be the first Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., I think he was born to play this role. He's just great as Iron Man. It was, of course, a movie that kicked off the MCU. Jon Favreau did a great job at directing. Of course, the end credits scene with Sam Jackson's Nick Fury coming out from the shadows, and I really love that first Iron Man. And I also like part 2 and 3. I know lots of people trash on those 2, but I thought 2 and 3 was pretty decent. But the first Iron Man is the best. You had Terrence Howard. Gwyneth Paltrow, of course, made her debut as Pepper Potts. Jeff Bridges, him as the villain in that, don't really get talked about a whole lot. But Jeff Bridges was really great as that villain. And yeah, Iron Man's... And, if you really want to look at Iron Man was pretty much Robert Downey Jr.'s, comeback in a way. Because, to be honest, I don't really feel comfortable really talking about this in a video. But, of course, before he did Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. pretty much got arrested and did, some not-so-great stuff. And Like I even remember hearing stuff that he got fired off of Ally McBeal because of some drunk stuff that he did, and lots of people didn't really took a chance with the actor, but then Jon Favreau, of course, came around and got him the role of Iron Man, and now he's been pretty great lately. And yep, Robert Downey Jr., like I said, he was just born as this role, and he plays the role of Iron Man just perfectly, and he's also really great as Tony Stark. That's something you need for a superhero role. You need to get an actor who could play the alter ego and the hero both perfectly, and Tony Stark does both of them really well. And to be honest, I'm really hoping Endgame's not going to be his final film because, to be honest, I really don't think I could see any other actors playing Iron Man other than Downey Jr. But who knows? Maybe they'll announce an actor to replace him, and maybe the actor that they get to replace Downey Jr. would do better. But who knows? But all I know is I really don't think there could be another actor who could play this role other than Downey Jr. But we'll see. And I'm still hoping we get to see an Iron Man 4, but I don't know if we're ever going to see one, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, now my number one favorite Robert Downey Jr. movie. What is better than his MCU films? What is better than Tropic Thunder? My number one favorite Downey Jr. movie is Chaplin. I mean, Downey Jr. as famed silent movie star Charlie Chaplin was great casting. I believe Robert Downey Jr. scored an Oscar nomination for this, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he played that role really well. I think the film was also directed by Richard Attenborough, of course, who was in Jurassic Park and all. I think they really got Downey Jr. perfectly to play Chaplin. He played that role really well. He really embodied the role of Chaplin. Really awesome little film. And the movie got released in, I think, 1992 or 91, around those two time periods. It's a really great film, and like I said, the performances by Downey Jr. is definitely worth it. And since then, we haven't really gotten any other actors who have been cast as, we haven't really gotten any other Charlie Chaplin-based films since this film, because I don't really, it'll be hard, if they ever get another actor to play Charlie Chaplin in, a miniseries or whatever, it'll be hard to top Downey Jr.'s performance, because he was that great in this, and he also had a good cast surrounding him. Besides Downey Jr., you also had Dan Aykroyd. Who else was in this? Marissa Tomei, of course. They worked together again in Spider-Man: Homecoming. I had a really great cast in it. Anthony Hopkins was also in this. Really awesome cast. And yeah, if you guys never had seen Rob Downey Jr.'s Chaplin yet, check it out. It's a really good film. By the way, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Due Date. 9, The Pickup Artist. 8, Zodiac. 7, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. 6, Captain America Civil War. 5, Tropic Thunder. 4, The Avengers. 3, Avengers Infinity War. 2, Iron Man. 1, Chaplin. Now, there's a few other movies I probably could have added. Now, lots of people probably say, hey, where's Sherlock Holmes? Iron Man. The Sherlock Holmes movies are fine, but I was never really... Yet again, I'm not really the world's biggest Sherlock Holmes fan. So, if I was to do probably my top 10 favorite Robert Downey Jr. roles, then Sherlock Holmes would probably be on the list. But, I wasn't really all that thrilled with the film versions. But anyway, he was also great in The Judge. The Judge was actually Robert Downey Jr.'s last non-Iron Man film, so... But sadly, the movie didn't do so well, which is disappointing. He was great in Weird Science. I keep forgetting he was in that. Let's see. Gothica, definitely not. Natural Born Killers was great. Chef, definitely not U.S. Marshal. The Shaggy Dog was okay. Back to School. He was great as the principal in Charlie Bartlett with Anthony Elgin. That movie was really good. Scanner Darkly was a good one. Yeah, I keep forgetting that he was in Back to School. Let's see. The other good ones. Wonder Boys, Bowfinger, A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. Let's see. Soap Dish, Chances Are, which also had Marissa Tomei in it. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. has been in some really great stuff over the years, and some not so great stuff, but mainly talked about his best work. Anyway, let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite Robert Downey Jr. movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Tom Sells signing off.